We are gearing up for a clash of the titans between two of the biggest NFT projects of 2022, Imaginary Ones and Invisible Friends. These two projects are eerily similar, but in this video, I'm going to walk you through how Imaginary Ones is different than Invisible Friends, and what that means for NFT buyers looking at both of these projects. But first, if you haven't seen my video on Invisible Friends, click that above, give that a watch. And before I compare the differences of these two projects, let's first dive into what is Imaginary Ones if you've never heard of this project before. Imaginary Ones is a 3D art collection with 8,888 unique NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. And similarly to Invisible Friends, the NFT is an animated loop sequence. The team is very Disney inspired. Their value is good vibes, dream together, and smile like a child. So this project hasn't been released yet, and their roadmap looks like this. Phase 1, community building. Phase 2, brand collabs. And Phase 3, imaginary world. It's a metaverse experience where they dream, learn, and play together. I'm in Imaginary One's Discord, and even there's not much information around what they're expecting to release. But with that being said, the team is fully doxed and they're all on Twitter. The co-founders are Clement and David, and they, including the rest of their team, all come from the same company, Offset and Offio. Offset and Offio is a Singapore-based marketing and design agency, and they seem to work with a lot of really big brands and help make their animated and motion content for their commercials, for their social media, whatever storytelling needs they may have. The entire team seems to have a professional background and a lot of experience working with these big brands. The artwork is objectively phenomenal, and this project already has over 350,000 followers on Twitter. So just like Invisible Friends, they are getting a ton of hype prior to their mint date. And also similar to Invisible Friends is they don't really have much utility around the project other than providing some sick animated artwork. Okay, so what are the differences between these two projects? The first main difference is how the team is made up and consolidated. If you watched my last video on Invisible Friends, you would know that the team is made up of Motion Marcus, who makes the animations and artwork, as well as Random Characters Collective. Random Characters is this sort of brand that has a portfolio of projects that they market and promote, and I think help build behind the scenes. But here's where Invisible Friends stray down a different path. The Invisible Friends team all seems to be being pulled in different directions and have their own individual interests. If we look at Motion Marcus's Twitter account, we can see that after Invisible Friends was released, he's already working on a new project, Garbage Friends. If we look at Random Characters Collective, they are also behind Slim Hoods, Mood Rollers, and Invisible Friends. And something happened with the Invisible Friends released. Random Characters were releasing whitelist spots for Invisible Friends about a month ago, and they were giving out whitelist spots to people that also held Slim Hoods and Mood Rollers, their other projects. After those whitelist spots closed up, the floor price of Slim Hoods and Mood Rollers absolutely fell off a cliff. It left a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth in all of these communities. And it made me think, what is the priority of Random Character Collective? Are they prioritizing the interest of their community members, or are they just trying to shill and cross-promote the other brands that they are in control of? And from a business perspective, I guess it makes sense, but at the same time creates a lot of chaos and confusion around Invisible Friends and their other brands. Invisible Friends is also collabing with this artist here to roll out the 3D collection. That's the next collection of Invisible Friends, are these 3D animated loops. Again, some phenomenal artwork that they're currently working on for the next drop. However, just to recap, Motion Marcus is getting pulled into Garbage Friends direction. Random Characters has two other projects that they're trying to cross promote, and they're also collabing with a new artist on their future collection. Compare that to Imaginary Ones, where there is one consolidated team with one focus, building out the Imaginary Ones brand. This entire team is literally under the same physical roof. They post pictures of actually working in the office. They're not getting pulled in different directions of other brands and other projects that they're already working on. There seems to be one focus and one vision behind the team. And if you watch that show Shark Tank, there's a common question they always ask people pitching their businesses. Hey, are you working on any other businesses or projects right now? If the person goes, oh yeah, this is just one of 3 businesses that I'm working on, the sharks immediately crush that person and don't invest. And it's because as an investor, you want the founders to be fully focused and giving their undivided dedication to the success and growth of a project. And that's the same way long-term investors have to look at NFT projects. It's no different. Unless you're here for a quick flip, I mean, good luck getting on the whitelist for Imaginary Ones. You're gonna have to box out over 350,000 other people to even get a chance on that list. The other main difference between the two projects is the 2D versus the 3D animated loops. Invisible Friends is 2D animated loops, and Imaginary Ones is working on their 3D. Invisible Friends is working to release their 3D project mid-2022, 2022, and Imaginary Ones hasn't released a mint date for their project yet. But after seeing a lot of these sneak peeks from Imaginary Ones, and just based on the sneak peeks and what they've released, Imaginary Ones gives me the sense that they are closer to a mint date than Invisible Friends. And it'll be interesting to see what the taste of the market is. Do people prefer the 2D animated loops or the 3D? If I had to guess, people would probably value 3D quality over 2D. And with all of this combined together, I wouldn't be surprised to see Imaginary Ones actually do better than Invisible Friends. I went to the co-founder Clement's Foundation page and was able to see him selling this artwork. You can see the collection's titled Imaginary World, the same as this Phase 3. So I wonder if this is giving us a sneak peek into what the metaverse experience will look like for Imaginary Ones. Absolutely cutting edge 3D animated technology being brought to NFTs. Now, other than that, these two projects are so similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if Imaginary Ones was directly inspired by Invisible Friends. But if there are any other differences I missed that separates these two projects from each other, comment them below. And let me know if you think Imaginary Ones will be more valuable than Invisible Friends this year. If you found this video helpful, make sure you press the like button and subscribe for more NFT content every single week. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Out.